Hello students, I am back with the fifth part of this video of the chapter Resources and Development. This is first chapter of your geography book for class 10th. My dear students, as we know that we are on the fifth part of this video. Till now we have discussed a lot about this chapter. We discussed about resources, what is resource, how we use it on the basis of different basis, how can we classify the resources. Then we talked about land resource, then we talked about use of land pattern in India and other countries also. Then we discussed about the soil as resource, and after that now we are classifying the soil in a different part. So first we took alluvial soil. Okay, so we, as we discussed in the last video about alluvial soil, I told you about alluvial soil, where it is found, how it is formed, and the different part of this, like Khadra Bangar, we discussed in that. You can see that video. Now we have come on the second, we can say second soil here, that is black soil. Black soil. Okay, now we will talk that sir, like where we can see this kind of soil. So my dear student, few states are there of country, our country. This, that is Maharashtra, Saurashtra is a part of Gujarat actually, and which part of that, and in the part of Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh. Malwa is the part of Madhya Pradesh. So in the Malwa, Madhya Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh, and in a few other parts we can see in the southeast direction, we can find this type of soil. So why it is black? Okay, as you can see in this picture, it is clearly black. Now if we compare these two uh, soils, so it is clearly different. Why it is called black soil and how it is formed? By it is formed because it is said that that time when southern India was a center of volcanoes, so that time a lot of lava, or we can say magma, came out, and slowly when it break down, when it cooled down, and it didn't happen in a day, in a year, in a 100 year, 1,000 year. It takes thousand and lakh years to be formed. So that just because of that magma, the upper part of that, upper surface of that magma, this black soil was made. That's why it is very fertile also. So it has a different name also. It somewhere we know it in the Ragur soil. We know black soil as Ragur soil also. Black soil is ideal for growing cotton. So now you can write my we can say words ki that sometime in question paper they ask by which soil is known as cotton soil, which soil is known as cotton soil. So answer will be black soil, because this black soil is very much fine for growing cotton. I hope you understand. Okay, so it is believed that climatic condition along with the parent rock materials are important factor of the formation of black soil, as I told you, na. So it means the parent rock, it means which rock came first out of magma, है ना. So and then it started breakdown just because of climatic condition, heat and other things, and after that this type of soil became formed. This type of soil is we can say typical of a Deccan trap basalt it is called, and region spread over northwest Deccan plateau, northwest. Okay, this is Deccan plateau and this is northwest. Okay, this is the northwest part. It means around Maharashtra, there Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, this part is it in this area we find this type of soil. So Deccan Plateau, and it is made up lava flows, we all know, and they cover the plateau of Maharashtra, Saurashtra, as I told you about Madhya Pradesh, Malwa, Chhattisgarh, and extent of the southeast eastern direction along with the Godavari and Krishna valleys. Now we can see it in the map also. As I told you in the last video about alluvial soil, it is very fertile. It is because it is made by the rivers, so that's why we find it around, we can say here, Brahmaputra, many rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and other rivers, okay, and Chambal or other rivers here. So that's why we find this type of soil where too much rivers are there. Now as we are talking about the black soil, as we can say, black soil is indicating by this. So part of Gujarat, big part of Maharashtra, small part of Karnataka, here Madhya Pradesh, okay, this area is having this type of black soil, okay. So I hope you can identify very easily this in the map. Okay, so as we were talking about it, so where it is found here. So the black soil are made of the extremely fine, that is clearly material. They are well known for the capacity of holding moisture. So and it has many nutrition also, calcium carbonate or magnesium, potassium and lime. So these soils are generally poor in the phosphoric content. So phosphoric content we can give by the chemical fertilizer to this soil also. They develop deep cracks during the hot weather, as we have seen a deep crack like this, like we can see here the deep cracks are there. Okay, so it is due to very hot weather. Okay, and those soils are sticky when wet and difficult to work on unless tilled immediately after the first shower during the pre-monsoon period. So what this is very sticky. Sticky, it means if you will go in the moisturized land, na, moisturized soil, so it will stick to your feet, okay, like any mud. So this is the thing. Now we'll talk about the red and yellow soil. Red soil develops on the crystalline igneous rocks in area of low rainfall in the eastern and southern part of the Deccan Plateau. Eastern and southern part of the Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soil are also found in part of Orissa, Chhattisgarh, southern part of the Middle Ganga Plain, along with the Piedmont zone of Western Ghat. These soils develop a reddish color. Okay, due to why? Because due to diffusion of iron in crystalline and metamorphic rocks, it looks yellow when it occurs a hydrate form. So when it is dehydrated, so it means the water not there. So it means it shows, it looks like red color, and when it is hydrated, when it is having the water, so it shows like the yellow soil. So where it is, just we can see red and yellow soil. So here you can see, so this is the sign of this soil. We can see this soil is found here on the eastern ghat also and on the western ghat also. With this we can see here in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, okay, and Andhra. With this we can find this one in Orissa also, and in the south part of the Ganga region. We all know Ganga flows from here, so we can find in the southern part of the Ganga also. Okay, so now if we go to the next one, laterite soil. Okay, we now will go to the laterite soil. Laterite has been derived from the Latin word later. Laterite means brick. Brick, it means very hard, है ना? So the laterite soil develop in the area with high temperature and heavy rainfall. High temperature and heavy rainfall. This is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Humus content of very less. It means content is very low. Humus content, it means the biological things of biological factors are there very low. Microorganism, it means the small creatures which help us to grow more, so we don't find that there. And which decompose the things like bacteria, they get destroyed due to high temperature, na. So laterite soil are suitable for cultivation with aquatic does of manures and fertilizers. These soil are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh and hilly areas of Orissa and Assam. After adopting appropriate soil conservation techniques, particularly in the hilly areas of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, the soil is very useful for growing tea and coffee. Laterites, red laterite soil in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Kerala are most suitable for cropping like cashew nut. Okay, so laterite soil, basically we can find the laterite soil in the southern India. Okay, it is very we can say too much temperature, because we all know about South India, too much temperature is here, and at the same time too much rainfall sometimes. Okay, so that's why we need, but we can't say that this soil is useless. No, it is used in other things which are not available in north or other good area. So like the we can say cashew or almonds, tea, coffee, this type of crop we can grow in that. Now we'll talk about the arid soil. Arid soil, as we all know, arid it means very dry. So where we get the dry soil? Okay, where the we can see the very less water or rainfall. So in that kind of area we find this type. So arid soil range from the red to brown in the color, red to brown. Okay, sometimes it also looks like red also. They are generally sandy in texture. Sandy will, it means it is like sand. Okay, no moisture is there. Yeah. So in some areas of salt content is very high, and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water due to the dry climate, high temperature. Due to the dry climate where less rainfall, high temperature, less rainfall or less cloudy area. Okay, evaporation we all know, too much evaporation is there when the high temperature will be there, है ना. So faster, and the soil lack humus and moisture. So the lower horizons of the soil are occupying the conquer because of the increasing calcium content downwards. The conquer layer formation in the bottom horizons restrict the infiltration of water. So this type of soil, it means the arid soil does not contain the water, because it is not we can say it is not a bind kind of soil na. It is very, we can say like sand. Okay, like we, you know, like in sand, if you will give the water na, so it will we can say flew, or just we can say it will be evaporate. So like that. So after proper irrigation, if we give the proper irrigation, we have proper water, so then this soil can become cultivatable. So is this type of soil we find in Rajasthan and some part of Gujarat also, as you can see here, है ना. So somewhere it is red and somewhere it is brown type. Okay, so now we have come on the very important aspect of this chapter, that because we always talk about first we talk about the useful things, and after that we use that after that we use about that how we are using it, and what effect human being put on these type of resources. So as we studied this one na, and we discussed that how much important soil for us, है ना. Soil gives us everything. Yeah. So it means humans should be very aware, much aware about use of land. So the whole human, we can say, we sorry, just we can say all human community, we always look for saving our soil. We should, but we are not doing. We are only using it. We are just exploiting it. So we can say this soil erosion. We all know that you are studying this topic and this chapter kind of thing from 6th class and before that also, है ना. So soil erosion how, why? Soil erosion, just when we talk about soil erosion means the upper part of the soil, the upper part of the soil gets down, also we can say it flows with the water, or kind of. Why it is flows with the water? Because due to less forest. Okay, we are cutting our forest, deforestation is going on everywhere. So we have cutting down our forest, and just due to that, that we can say soil is becoming very loose, and when water comes, and the upper layer of the soil is, we can say, it goes with the water. So we can say this type of the soil cover is becoming very less nowadays, and in the kind of floody areas where the flood comes every year. So it is very, we can say, dangerous thing which is happening right now. With this beta, one thing more people is doing, people are using right now lot of fertilizers. Okay, fertilizer they are using, pesticide they are using, insecticide they are using. By using these kind of things, we are losing, or we are just killing our soil. And if we are just killing our soil in this way, because soil is not only the this texture. No, the soil, it contains with the many earthworms, bacteria, and different type of things like this. So these creatures helps us to grow more, or grow a good crop. So with the help of this, we are just killing these one also. Okay, overgrazing is there. Okay, as you can see here, if we'll talk about it, so we are what we are doing, first we are doing deforestation, overgrazing. With this construction we are doing on the that kind of areas where we can do the farming. With this we are doing mining, I told you in the last part. Okay, while nature forces like wind, glacier, basically water, and sometimes wind also. So when this type of natural forces come, or running water cuts the through of the clayey soil and makes deep channels as gullies. It is called gullies. This, as we can see, this type of land resource we are losing. Okay, so the upper part goes with the water. Okay, so that's why we are thinking, and this type of when this kind of gully are made, so it is called gully erosion. And when the upper part only, like this is the surface. So when this upper part goes with the flow of water, so this is called sheet erosion. Okay, wind blows in the arid areas, wind blows. So with the wind, that upper soil, or upper part of the soil goes to other place. So that's why we are just facing a lot of problem. So what need to do, how to conserve this? Okay, need to conserve, because to we can say plant more and more trees. With this we can, if we are not able to plant trees, so we can grow the bushes around our fields. With this we need to use different techniques. We need to use biofertilizer, not too much use of chemical fertilizer, and with that the pesticide and other kind of thing. So this thing will ensure, I think it will ensure the we can say erosion of the land or soil. And with this it will contain the quality, or improve the quality of the soil also. So, and we need to change our ways also. So as you can see here, some facts are given, so you will read these facts. If you have any doubt about these facts, so you can tell me. So okay, this was your chapter. I'll send, just you can choose this one, otherwise I'll make the video for this one also. And another thing is there, I'll share you the question and answer of it, and you can make your notes your own. Okay, so and if you have any doubt, anything, so you can ask to me. Okay, thank you.